This is a Sunday video, meaning that it is a Sundays Are for God video. And this is going to be a hard video. There's probably going to be a lot of ums in this. Uhs and and me questioning what I'm even saying, and I'm gonna lay it flat out. I really don't want to this video. Like I do, but I don't. And the only reason I am is because I feel like I should. Oh, I haven't been able to actually record, and dang, I think maybe it's been a couple weeks now. I recorded so much that I had a bunch of videos. Oh, I told myself, I don't know when I was having one of my talks with God, and I was just like, God, if I do have one goal, it is to reach 100 followers, because I mean, that's unfathomable to me. And here we are, and then like the 21st I hit it, and that's crazy to me. I mean, hey, like it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it really does not matter. The only thing that matters is God up there. Oh my gosh, how much of this is get cut out? The first time talking about it's probably gonna be the hardest. It's been a couple of months now that I had a really hard point in my life. Let me go rewind and start over. I'm standing here in the middle of a parking lot, somewhere I really don't want to be in front of right now because of the time and the day, but I am. It's okay. It just makes it harder to talk about this. So I'm beating around the bush more and more, and it's not fun. I just need to focus. Oh my gosh, we're just staring at the bike right now. Staring at the bike. Literally all we are doing. While I stare at the bike, what time is it? Can you see? Maybe not. 8:22. As I was saying, even though I've spent who knows how long freaking beating around the bush trying to avoid what I want to talk about. Okay. Just the truth. Majority of the truth. Obviously, there's parts of the truth left out, but it's not to make me look better. I don't care how I look whenever I say this. I don't. I guess I gave up on that a long time ago. Okay. So, months ago, I would say that even before then, I I guess you could say I was depressed and always down and sad, and I knew it was coming. Like I knew that I was entering a point in my life to where I was going to be really sad for a while, and I didn't know why. I didn't know why I felt that way. But I mean, looking back at it, my life was slowly going dipping down, and there were some things being pointed out to me that I didn't realize were being pointed out to me, and I almost didn't escape it in a way. And if I didn't escape it, then it would have enveloped me, and I would have just been completely enveloped in sin. Yeah. Which I'm not saying it didn't envelop me. It definitely took a stronger hold in my life and tried to get me to completely abandon faith and get mad, but I'm not mad. I'm just here. Human. I mess up. Everyone messes up. It's just part of it. Back to it. Got really depressed. And there were several days. I still have moments where I can't sleep. I have majority of the days I still can't sleep. But I'm not sad now. But then I was sad, and I had moments where I would just be really in my feelings and just staring there and asking every question of why and this and that, and everything felt pointless. Everything really did. I I didn't even talk to God. I mean, I did. Not like I do now. Way less. Way less. It'd be like weeks in between or long spans of times in between, but hey, I'm here. I am here. I don't know. Anyways, obviously I'm gonna cut that out. So I didn't want to come here on the specific day at this time because I knew something would be said and then someone would be called and it's like, oh, he's just sitting here. And not everything is always rude intent or this or that. I don't know. I mean, my faults. I mean, I don't. The problem is, I don't want to talk bad about anyone. And me talking right now is kind of like me talking bad about myself, but I don't really care if I talk bad about myself, but I'm still talking. So it's weird. It's very weird. I'm jumping subjects again. There's gonna be so much that out because I just can't talk. Can't talk. Anyways, I knew it was coming. I started to get depressed. And then it happened, and I got really depressed and really in my feelings for a long time, and everything felt pointless. But I was still walking, I was still going. I love God then too. I did. I wasn't as grateful as I am now. I mean, I questioned things, but I didn't turn away from faith. And if I did, I wouldn't have made it out of it. And, you know, I was there. I'm not going to say it's the rock bottom of my life. I mean, I'm only 19. I can't. The rock bottom of my life. I can't say that. I can't. It's just something that really, really sucked. It really sucked. But hey, I really don't care. It is what it is. It is what it is. So, we're about to tie into why this bike is so important to me. And it was important to me before this. Okay, this really doesn't have anything to do with the bike. But it's been incredibly helpful. A lot of things. It has. It really has. Okay. So I started working in a place during this, and I was still sad there, but I was around friends and I was doing good. I was starting to do better, but I still didn't care. I didn't care about anything. I didn't care about the next day. I didn't want to go to the next day. The days to stop. And the majority of that is just because I was upset for a very long period of time. I heard a motorcycle in the distance, and yeah. Okay. Skip that part and just start to the. Yeah. We're not skipping parts. I'm skipping from restating everything because if I don't, I will restate every single thing until it's over, and that's just not a good idea. It's not. Not at all. Not at all. So I've talked about it before, and okay, actually, I can't. I've not talked about it before, but something that I'm about to mention I've talked about before. The thing that started this beginning form of Depression? I don't know. I don't want to call it that, but I guess that's what I have to call it. Anyways, it started when I started getting the polyanalysis stuff, and it took years to recover from that. And I'm still not even 100% recovered, but at least I don't have to deal with the polyanalysis anymore, or the surgeries, or the holes. I'm better. Better. A lot better. That's what kind of started it, and then I had something. And then that was being prioritized instead of God, and it fell. It fell hard, and yeah, it didn't do any good. It was away from God. It really was, and I didn't realize that. Not at all. I mean, hey, those things. One of those things. I would drive 30 minutes on, I mean, not entirely on interstate, but interstate slash highway, because and where I was driving from, that's just kind of the way it took. Well, one of the ways it was interstate a little bit, then highway. Another way it was kind of highway, but anyways. I had a point where I obviously had will to live, 0. And I didn't have a reason. No, I really didn't. Obviously, I had reasons, but I didn't feel like I had a reason. And there for a little bit, it was every day or every uh, I can feel it, you know. I've like say it, and I don't want to say like blatantly what it was because I've never actually talked about it. And I mean, I've mentioned it, but I don't. It's just the people that'll know after I just blatantly say this, and it's sad. Sad because I mean, I want it, I don't want people to feel bad for me. I don't feel bad for me. Just be happy. I'm happy. I'm content. Sometimes I'm not necessarily happy, but I'm glad and thankful for the days. And I'm thankful that this happened. Because, every day, almost every day, I drive to work and I would see semis all the time. I drive a motorcycle. This is my transportation. I, I know what'll happen if a motorcycle hits a semi. I know what'll happen. And I thought about it several times. Several times. And that's the truth. I did. I didn't have any will. Any will at all. And the only thing that would stop me from doing that is God. Even though I wasn't talking to him every day, I would think about him. I God all the time. Because I may have not had a will. What the heck is that truck doing? Anyways, I would think about God all the time. All the time. And this is gonna be a tough pill to swallow. currently, I wouldn't say I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to ever do that. No, just no. Do the thoughts happen occasionally? Not really anymore. It's been a long time. Anyways, live for myself. I don't. I don't live for anything here. The only reason I'm still here is because of God. And I still do anything that I do is because of God. Because I don't do anything for me anymore. I don't. And I did that wrong. And it's not as extreme as I'm making it out to be. It's extreme, but I live for God. And I try to do everything I can closer to Him. Stay there, My moments. Still fail. And it hurts. It really does hurt. I'm fine. I'm living. Living. Talking to myself. Talking to a GoPro. Something I want to get. 19. Haven't hit 20 yet. No. I'm growing. I'm growing. Getting closer to God. And hey, that's. What else could you ask for? But problem comes with getting closer to God when you know a lot of people who aren't. There's a problem. And you don't just feel an obligation about God. No. You know that if they don't accept Him, if they don't try to go closer to Him, abandon their ways, then it's just over. It just is. You can't. You know how hard it is not to tell someone that you gotta try to be better. We gotta try to be God and be better people. If not, we won't get written in the book of forgotten. There's people who will, when everything happens, they will go up there and they will hear depart for me, for I never. Something along those lines. You know how painful of a thought that is, that so many of the people that you care about will just be gone. Gone. What? You say stuff from time to time. You don't overwhelm people with it. I don't, at least. But it hurts. It does hurt. I've completely rambled. And it's probably a big waste of time for a lot of people. And I'm sorry about that. My whole purpose with this Sunday is just to say that I'm only here for God. I only do this. I'm not doing it for myself. For God. Just because I've always wanted to do it doesn't necessarily mean it's just for me. The reason I keep doing this, I feel like I should. And I feel like I'm doing it for God. If I have to dive more into this, I will. But it's been a very long time of me just standing here and staring at the bike and talking. And this and that, but hey, it's whatever. Too, it's not been a very long time. Quite a while. It feels like it's been an eternity. It feels like it's been an insane amount of time because I've beat around the bush. I haven't wanted to talk about what I wanted to talk about, even though it's simple, but I guess you take away from it if you say it bluntly and tell it as it is. I wonder if that branch can support my weight. No, technically not my weight. It's happened. It'll just be. That's the story. I don't even know if I said everything I want to say. I mean, I've probably said a majority. Obviously, I'm about. Oh, I should have multiple. I can at least think of two because I mentioned Depart From Me, and I want to mention the. I don't remember how it goes. I don't even remember where it came from. I just remember that it's the good I want to do, I don't want to do, I do. Yeah. What's that? Eh, give or take. Take. I have a video I need 40, and I try to post by 8. But I haven't posted because I drove out here. I started doing this instead of myself a minute and then talk. Life. Very confusing. I don't know. Run out. Stuff. Hell. I'll pay to stuff. I ever pay attention to stuff? No. I did hear motorcycle. Very, very. And I instantly looked over, but hey, it's okay. It's like whatever, you know. Here, I'm just being me, talking to myself. Now I'm kind of just ranting, which is probably not gonna be. Probably just stop recording. That is not a motorcycle. That is. Those wheels cambered? I think those wheels are cambered, and that is crazy to me. That is an interesting vehicle. Very interesting. Life. Well, I stand here. I don't want to go right now. I don't. I just want to. In this recording though.